The brutal truth about motivation. Many people are waiting to feel inspired before they change their life. They wait for the perfect Monday, the perfect mood, the perfect energy, the perfect moment. And while they wait, years disappear. Because motivation is dangerous, not because it is useless, but because it is temporary. Motivation is emotional, and emotions are unstable. One day you feel unstoppable. The next day you feel tired, distracted, empty, and uncertain. If your entire future depends on how you feel each morning, your future is already fragile. The truth is this: successful people are not more motivated than everyone else. They simply built systems that continue working even when motivation disappears. That is why some people become disciplined, wealthy, respected, fit, and mentally strong, while others stay trapped in endless cycles of starting and stopping. They rely on motivation. The disciplined rely on structure, and the Stoics understood this centuries ago. Marcus Aurelius did not wake up every day feeling powerful. He ruled during war, betrayal, plague, exhaustion, and pressure. Yet he still trained his mind daily, not because he felt motivated, but because he built internal systems. This video will show you why motivation keeps destroying your consistency and how systems quietly build extraordinary lives. Watch carefully, because one good system can change your entire future. Part 1. Motivation is an emotion, not a strategy. Motivation feels powerful in the beginning. You watch one inspiring video, hear one powerful speech, read one quote. Suddenly you want to change everything. You promise yourself, this time will be different. So you create huge goals overnight. You decide you'll wake up at 5 a.m., work out every day, become rich, read 50 books, build a business, change your entire life immediately. And for 2 days, maybe even 1 week, you feel unstoppable. Then reality arrives. Fatigue, stress, boredom, distractions, life. And suddenly, the same person who felt motivated cannot even complete simple tasks. Why? Because motivation is built on emotion. And emotions change constantly. If you only work when you feel inspired, you will never outperform someone who works regardless of mood. The Stoics warned about this. They believed emotional dependence creates weakness. A man controlled by emotions becomes inconsistent. A man controlled by principles becomes dangerous. Most people confuse intensity with consistency, but intensity changes nothing if it cannot survive repetition. One inspired day means nothing. A system repeated for years changes everything. Part 2. The world rewards consistency, not excitement. The gym does not reward the most excited person. It rewards the person who shows up repeatedly. Money does not reward the loudest dreamer. It rewards the person with systems, patience, and execution. Social media does not reward occasional passion. It rewards consistent production. The problem is that people worship dramatic transformation. But real success looks boring. Very boring. The wealthy person often repeats the same habits daily. The disciplined athlete repeats basic movements thousands of times. The successful creator uploads even when uninspired. Systems are boring, but boring things create powerful lives. Meanwhile, motivation addicts constantly restart. They need new inspiration, new quotes, new videos, new hype, new emotional boosts. Without stimulation, they stop moving. That is dangerous, because your future should never depend on temporary emotional excitement. A calm system is stronger than emotional intensity. Part 3. Why most people fail after the first wave of excitement. At the beginning, everything feels exciting. New goals create dopamine. Your brain loves novelty. But eventually repetition arrives, and repetition reveals truth. Can you continue when the excitement disappears? Most people cannot, because they built goals, but never built systems. A goal says, I want six-pack abs. A system says, I train every day at 6 p.m. no matter how I feel. A goal says, I want to become rich. A system says, I invest, learn, save, and build income consistently. A goal creates direction, but systems create results. And this is where people collapse. They romanticize outcomes but ignore processes. Everyone wants the reward. Few people build the machine. Part 4. Stoicism and the power of daily structure. Stoicism was never about motivation. It was about discipline. The Stoics believed freedom came from self-control, not from emotional excitement. Epictetus taught that a person becomes powerful when they stop being controlled by external conditions. That means weather cannot stop you, mood cannot stop you, fear cannot stop you, laziness cannot stop you. Your system becomes stronger than your emotions. This is why routines matter. A routine removes unnecessary decisions, and every unnecessary decision drains mental energy. Imagine waking up every morning negotiating with yourself. Should I work today? Should I train today? Should I focus today? That constant internal debate destroys momentum. Systems eliminate negotiation. You simply execute. The disciplined person does not ask, "Do I feel like it?" They ask, "What does the system require?" That mentality changes lives. Part 5. Your environment controls you more than motivation. Most people think discipline is about willpower. It is not. Environment is often stronger than willpower. If your phone is beside you during work, distraction wins. If junk food fills your room, temptation wins. If lazy people surround you, mediocrity spreads. Your environment silently shapes your behavior every day. Smart people build systems around environment. They make success easier and failure harder. For example, leave books visible, keep your workspace clean, put your alarm far from the bed, schedule your work hours, remove unnecessary distractions. Tiny environmental changes create massive behavioral shifts. The weak rely on self-control alone. The wise redesign their environment. Part 6. Small systems create massive results. People underestimate small actions because results are invisible at first. One workout changes nothing. One video changes nothing. One investment changes nothing. But repetition changes everything. This is the secret most people ignore. Success is usually hidden inside small daily actions repeated for years. The problem is modern society worships instant results. People want transformation immediately. But nature does not work that way. A tree grows slowly. Muscles grow slowly. Wealth grows slowly. Mastery grows slowly. Systems respect reality. Motivation ignores reality. Motivation screams, "Change your life overnight." Systems whisper, "Improve slightly every day." And strangely, the whisper wins. Always. Part 7. How to build a system that actually works. Now let's become practical. How do you actually build systems? First, stop making massive, unrealistic plans. Most people fail because they create systems too difficult to sustain. They try to transform their entire life in 1 week. That never lasts. Instead, build systems so simple they become impossible to avoid. For example, read 5 pages daily. Edit videos 1 hour daily. Exercise 20 minutes daily. Save money weekly. Wake up at the same time. Consistency matters more than intensity. Second, attach habits to specific times and triggers. Example, after breakfast, work. After work, gym. Before sleep, reading. This trains your brain automatically. Third, track progress. What gets measured improves. Even simple tracking creates accountability. Fourth, protect the system more than emotions. Some days you will feel powerful. Some days you will feel empty. Ignore both. Continue. Part 8. Discipline is a form of self-respect. People think discipline is punishment. It is not. Discipline is self-respect. When you keep promises to yourself, your confidence grows. When you constantly betray yourself, self-respect dies. Every time you quit your routine, delay your goals, or abandon your plans, your mind notices. Eventually you stop trusting yourself. That is why systems matter psychologically. They rebuild internal trust. You begin proving, "I do what I say." And that identity becomes powerful. Not motivational, powerful. Because identity drives behavior. Once you see yourself as disciplined, consistency becomes natural. Part 9. The most dangerous habit, starting over. Many people live in endless restart cycles. Monday motivation, then failure, then guilt, then another restart. Years pass this way, always restarting, never building momentum. But systems eliminate restarting, because systems are designed for imperfect days. Missing one day does not destroy the structure. You simply continue. The goal is not perfection. The goal is continuity. A weak person quits after failure. A disciplined person returns immediately. That difference changes entire futures. Part 10. Build a life that runs even when you feel nothing. The strongest people are not always inspired. They simply trained themselves to operate regardless of emotional state. That is real power. To continue when tired. To continue when bored. To continue when unseen. To continue when nobody claps for you. Because systems are not emotional. They are mechanical. And mechanical consistency eventually defeats emotional chaos. Imagine where your life could be in 5 years if you stopped depending on motivation. If you built a reading system, a fitness system, a money system, a work system, a learning system, your entire identity would transform. Not through one dramatic moment, but through quiet repetition. Conclusion. Stop waiting to feel ready. Most people waste their lives waiting to feel ready. Ready is an illusion. Motivation is temporary. Feelings are unstable, but systems survive emotions. Systems survive hard days. Systems survive doubt. And that is why systems build extraordinary people. The Stoics understood something modern society forgot. A powerful life is not built on emotional intensity. It is built on disciplined repetition. So stop chasing motivation. Build routines. Build structure. Build systems. Because one disciplined year can completely transform your future. And the person who masters consistency eventually masters life.